Good evening, everyone, and welcome to High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Shreckengost. Tonight I'm joined by Homer Center head coach Paul Pohley on this District VI basketball preview presented by B&E Powder Solutions. Coach Pohley, thanks so much for joining me tonight.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Of course. First question I want to ask you, Bob Rado, longtime head coach there at Homer Center, and you took over for him. This is your first year. Just kind of give me your feel on the season in general.
Well, it's tough. You can never fill the shoes of Coach Rado. I mean, over 500 wins in his career, district titles, conference titles. So I wasn't trying to do that because nobody could fill those shoes. I was just trying to keep the program where he left it is what my goal was. And he left it at a very high level and ran a great program and obviously had success wherever he was. I mean, Marion Center, Indiana, and then Homer Center. So, there's some pressure coming in after Coach Rado for sure. And, people expect something, and there's a standard at Homer Center with basketball. And I'm just trying to uphold and withhold that standard that Coach Rado did set over the years here. It's been a challenge, obviously, with the pandemic. We probably were shut down off and on with the summer workouts, probably 4 or 5 times, since the summer. So, you're shut down for 2 weeks and 3 weeks at a time. And then you got to start from square one again, the kids, to get them back up to speed. So it's been a challenge, and it really has. And it's been a challenge for everybody. I mean, every coach is up against it like that. So I'm just happy, and I didn't think we were going to get to play it all this year. And to be here in the end of the season and going into the playoffs, it's something special because I didn't think it was going to happen.
You're a Homer Center grad yourself. How special for you is it to take that team to the District 6 playoffs?
Yeah, it is pretty special. I mean, obviously I bleed black and white, and to go back and coach your alma mater and to get the job that you wanted to get, you thought maybe it was going to happen over the years. And if this is my actually 11th year there, I was 10 years an assistant under Coach Rado. So each year I was like, yeah, I'm itching to try this out. And I was very fortunate to get the job, but it's great to be back at my alma mater and continuing the legacy, hopefully, that Coach Rado left.
One thing I wanted to ask you, I mean, you guys weren't in the Heritage Conference semis, but you still qualified for D6 playoffs. Just can you kind of speak to the depth of the conference, for you guys to qualify?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we have six conference teams in the playoffs, 4 in AA, Salzburg in single, and then Marion Center in triple. And that last conference playoff spot, we actually lost on point differential. Marion Center had the point differential on us. We were tied with record or going into that last week, and then the point differential got us on that one. And as the AA boys, D6 turns out it may be 3 teams in the semifinals, of the Heritage Conference. So it's a strong conference, definitely, with as many teams as we put in the playoffs this year. So night in and night out, I mean, you're going against a quality team in our own league schedule this year. So it was tough.
So talk to me about West Shamokin a little bit. You guys kind of had them on the ropes early in the first half of the game you played in West Shamokin. I mean, obviously they got the better of you at your place, but just kind of talk to me about your game plan against the Wolves.
Yeah, where do they start? Where do we start? They're a great team. I mean, they're undefeated for a reason. You try to pick and choose, where you want to stop them at, and it's pretty tough. I mean, their transition game is one of the best around. Obviously we want to try to slow them down. But there's so many weapons that you really can't concentrate on one guy. I mean, any one of those guys could go off for 20 a night. And they've gotten better. I mean, we played a good first half against them out there. But they're a much better team from that day, to now. Much better team. They weren't down many times this year. They weren't down by a lot if they were down. And their whole system is very good. And the kids are so well coached. Coach McCullough is a great coach. He runs a great program out there. And so you really can't concentrate on one aspect. They're good at all around, defensively, transition, offensively. So it's been a challenge getting the team ready to go against a great team like West Shamokin. It really has. But I think the big thing is that we just have to slow them down and try to control the tempo.
Now, Ryan Sardone, obviously one of the best big men in the conference. Are you planning to run the offense through him? Because I thought in the first half of that first game, he was really dominant.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's no secret. Everybody knows that the ball has to go into Sardone's hands. It's been like that all year. Teams have really started to key on him, throwing 2, 3, and sometimes 4 guys at him when he catches the ball in the paint. So what we try to do is we try to, spread the arc out, try to have somewhat of a perimeter game that could, open things up for him inside. But yeah, I mean, we're not going to change anything. Ryan Sardone's our go-to guy, and it's going to continue to be like that. So we just got to get better. The other 4 guys have to step up a little bit, and we got to get the ball in their hands, and hopefully they hit some shots to open up Ryan in the middle some.
All right, final question here for you, Coach. It's kind of a David versus Goliath, the 20-0 West Shamokin Wolves. You guys are the 8 seed. What's the pep talk going into this game?
That's why we play the game. Anything can happen. That's why it's just not on paper that it's actually played. We go through upsets that have happened over the years in high school and college or whatever you have there. And we just talk, and we know that, we can compete. We've shown it, not for 4 quarters, but we know that we can compete and be right there. And that's the key. We just want to keep it close and have a chance to win at the end. Obviously, if we cut down our turnovers and shoot the ball a little bit better than what we've been shooting it, there's a chance that we could be there at the end and be competitive. And who knows? That's why you play the game. Anything can happen.
Right. Excellent. Well, thanks so much to Homer Center head coach Paul Pohley for joining me, Josh Shreckengost, here on High Top Sports Network for our District 6 boys basketball playoff preview, sponsored by B&E Powder Solutions. Thanks again, Coach.
Thank you.